It borders on the misanthropic, not to mention the mean-spirited, to want to deny nearly all of your fellow citizens the joy of having Christmas parties or being wished a Merry Christmas.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So recently Syrian rebel forces, primarily led by the Islamist group HTS, have launched an offensive against the government-held areas in northwestern Syria, including Aleppo. HTS is an Islamist organization with historical ties to Al-Qaeda. Their offensive resulted in the rapid capture of substantial territories, including Aleppo, which is Syria's second largest city after Damascus. So in addition to HTS, other rebel factions, including the Turkish-backed Syrian National Army, participated in this offensive, and the coordination among these groups have enabled them to capture over 100 towns and villages in Syria. The Bashar al-Assad regime is heavily backed by both Russia and Iran, and Assad himself recently visited Moscow to ask for support in combating these rebel forces. So Russia sent part of their air force to bomb Aleppo, but that's not the only thing Russia has mobilized. I follow a lot of what you could call multipolarity enthusiasts on my Twitter, and it's clear to me that they have started launching their own form of informational warfare in support of the Bashar al-Assad regime in order to sell Assad to various Western audiences. So I think we could take a look at some of the narratives that are being pushed. If you, for example, search for the phrase Christmas trees in Aleppo, you get a myriad of similar posts like the one we're looking at now that are released within the same day or the same hour. They use the same video and almost sort of copy-paste the same text with slight variations on it. This technique is algorithmically optimized for Twitter, which prioritizes what it perceives as original content over retweets and links. And you know, it's also a way of avoiding shadow banning. So and blocking effects. If you were to retweet people that somebody has blocked, then those people wouldn't see that. So mass posting the same videos with slightly altered text is sort of the best way to astroturf and create the illusion of widespread support for a certain cause, which is what they are doing here. So some of the biggest accounts that I've seen involved with this campaign is My Lord Bibo, Syrian Girl, also known as Partisan Girl, and the War Monitor. There's of course a lot of smaller, less interesting bot accounts, and many of them. So the goal of these propagandists is to reach out to Western audiences, and specifically Western conservative audiences. They are trying to create a certain framing of this issue where you have sympathy for the Assad regime and his broader alliances with Russia and Iran. The framing is that you have the Syrian rebels against the Assad government. The Assad government are Christian or Christian, secular Christian sympathizing who protect Christians, and the Syrian rebels are Muslims, Zionists, NATO vassals essentially, and they're using the imagery of the Christmas tree to sort of provoke it and just associate. It's almost like an NLP technique that you're using association to Westerners to the war on Christmas. But I mean, you have these books that are released in the United States where they're talking about, they're taking down the Christmas trees. You can't say Merry Christmas. They're destroying the sacred Western, pagan Christian tradition of Christianity as it is thought of today. So this is a very easy way to get Western audiences with limited knowledge of certain geopolitical issues and the complexities thereof to support one side in this situation, in the way, because it's just kind of plugged into their already existing culture war team sports frame. And you just kind of slot in and daisy chain another issue onto that, which is a geopolitical, actual serious issue. So we kind of just create the perfect world where you have on one side of the issue the wholesome trad Assad, who is fighting the evil Syrian rebels. And these rebels, who are they? Well, the answer depends on who you are. If you are a sort of Muslim skeptic, counter-jihadist, Western chauvinists, then I can tell you that these these rebels are radical Islamists who want to kill Christians and they want to put women in burqas. If you are of the anti-Zionist brand, the anti-imperialists, I can tell you that the HTS are Israeli proxies. We call them the jihadis. And if you're an isolationist from the United States, then I can inform you that the HTS is an offshoot of Al-Qaeda, which is tied to the CIA, so the HTS is CIA. But regardless of who they are, you know that they've come to steal Christmas from you, and the only one that can save Christmas is Bashar al-Assad with the help of Trad Putin.